destination page, basically. But there's still a lot more games to go, including today. We'll be switching between Erangel and Miramar, going back and forth. And besides switching the maps, we'll also be switching the groups as well. So in case you don't see your favorite team in that particular match, they'll definitely be back in the following match. Now, focusing on the first match for today, we're going to highlight onto group red and green. So here are your favorite teams. And I must say, group red, it's a pretty stacked group.
It is a very, very stacked group, if you ask me. And to me, what's really surprising is that D plus Kia have managed to not only best them, but to maintain that level of consistency. Just tells you how strong this team from South Korea actually is. So I'm definitely looking forward for a whole lot more. But when we start things off, I believe that it's going to be pretty much a steady kind of tempo. If it's going to be Sanok, then maybe you might see even teams like YG to be thriving. So I'm definitely liking on how things are kicking off right now as well. We move right into predictions. So I'll let you go first.
D plus Kia. D plus Kia. Let's go. D plus.
You're not even second guessing. You're not even hesitating. The moment I say prediction time, you're like D plus Kia. Okay, that's sorted for you. I'm going for something different. I think YG is absolutely onto something. They got like, what, 40 points without chicken dinner. I think they might be able to pull off a win here.
Okay, Yangon Galacticos for Contra. All right, let's go. Let's lock that in.
I love that this season we're getting experts prediction.
Yeah.
They're no longer production. They're experts. Okay, experts, tell me what you got right now.
Oh!
I'm outnumbered. I'm sure in the chat, some of you guys might be on my side, or you guys are supporting some other team out there as well. Tell us who you guys are rooting for. And of course, if you guys are in the chat already, of course do us a favor, hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already, or even drop a like button as well if you guys are currently watching from YouTube. And this is where we've been broadcasting. So you guys are telling me that D plus Kia is going to go on the streak. Tell me why.
Well, I hope the expert can actually come on the broadcast one of these days to like tell us why, because now they are the experts, right? So let's see. I'm feeling good with my prediction, with the fact that the experts' prediction also took D plus Kia. But I mean, do we really need to explain why? I mean, the only team with 2 chicken dinners now, the #1 team, the daily MVP is Nobu. Road to MVP, you have 3 players in it. So yeah, I guess all the stats do favor there. But who knows, right? Because they had an excellent game in the first 2 games yesterday. And then their second 2 games, they kind of chill off. But because they scored those 2 chicken dinners, they can afford to chill.
I do agree. That's the reason why I'm kind of saving this pick for later on, to be honest. So we'll have to see, but they definitely have shown great results back in the Wrangle, and we shall start right here, right now. This is Ruthless Invitational Showdown as we kick off from Stauber, headed all the way to the southern island of Nosco Military Base.
Oh, here we go, baby. Game #1 for day #2. And the first day for both of us on the broadcast. So we're really excited to see who will kick things off. But while we wait for the players to land, let's check out some of the stats. Top players, most eliminations, Nobu. Nobu for most knockouts. Nobu. He's probably going to dominate the chart. There you go. Most headshots even.
Yeah, I'm not too surprised, as he's definitely offering a whole lot of damage. And you're probably going to see names like Fabian or even his teammate also to be out here as well. And speaking of which, here you go. #2 for also in the amount of damage being done. While elimination-wise, we've seen it already that Murnat has been able to kind of match up to the tempo of what they bring right over on the day 1. Now, day 2, the big question here is, are there going to be any form of hot drop now that we're going in between groups? We're already hearing gunshots, and I guess we got ourselves some answers inside of Yasna Pollyanna.
Talon and Hora Esports for Yasnaya. Every season we'll see this sort of fight, especially with the flight path just above Yasnaya. Circle though won't be on top of the flight path. It will be all the way on the left side where Gaka Field is at. And right now it seems like Hora Esports, they lost Sky very early on. But they try to fight back against Talon. And Talon, they managed to recover their one player just below this house. And we do have a player called Raboyaza. Okay, this is a new name here for me.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure if I am familiar with the face as well. So, well, I believe that he's definitely played perhaps a couple of rounds out there for Talent. Yoru definitely is no strangers when it comes down to playing back in the Indonesian circuit. So now going up against Sleepy, one of South Asia's finest, especially in whatever weapons you give him in close combat, he's going to make it work. But you already have no fear on the ground, needing a little bit of help coming for Sleepy. He does put one down. Go all down to the rest of town to hold them back. They go down, looking for Pete, but the jump shot comes through.
Oh, and Raboya only has like, what, 10% of health left? Easily gunned down. Only left with Yoru for Talon Esports. He does have a DBS, a very clutchable weapon. And he has to do the business for his team. I believe it's going to be a 1v1 right now. It's going to be a DBS versus DBS, but from the inside, Sleepy, one of the past finals, like what you said, will pull off a clutch. And Hora Esports will win the domination in Yasnaya.
Could you see how many times Sleepy was almost eliminated by the corner window? He was going for that safe for no fear to be back up, but even by one slight pixel, those members of town could not catch him. He's just that quick. And it's just ridiculous that he walked away with broad daylight murder.
Yeah, it was so close, right? It was so close. And the fact that he's still able to pick up his other teammates so they'll be playing as a duo, it's not that bad. And you also kind of stamp a little bit of dominance inside of Yasnaya, telling Talon to like, okay, next time we meet, don't come near us in Yasnaya. Yasnaya is ours now. So this is a good start for Hora.
Yeah, this is the best possible start out there. Especially having a rough day one, this definitely boosts a little bit more of that confidence. Talent Esports will have to lick their wounds though. We'll have to see on these upcoming rounds of the Wrangle if they're going to be looking for change or, you know, sometimes the ego does not allow it. You know, like they'll just clash until somebody taps out. But at this moment, you know, they just really got to sit this round out while D plus Kia haven't found target yet. They're just about to move out of school and into the zone. The last we saw on this facility, it's very southwest centric. So a lot of all these rooms around areas like Gatka is readily available. If you're looking at Ferry Pier, maybe it's going to be already occupied by some of all these teams out there. And the other player that dropped out other than, you know, those members out of Talon as well as Hora is one member out of Alter Ego and also surprisingly even Void Donkey. So a lot of casualties from the teams coming from the PMSL SEA.
Yeah, I believe Young Gaetko clashed with Void Donkey during the Yasnaya fight. And Void Donkey, they lost that one player. But you asked for D plus Care, looks like they got on the elimination board. Took out a player of Boom Esports while they were traveling last we checked. And a couple of other players of Boom Esports, they managed to breach through. They're currently in the circle. D plus Care playing by the edge. So they could be waiting by the edge of the circle. If any other team rotates in on that direction, they'll take a shot again.
Sure enough, and that's a beautiful angle for Won T to work with, as those members of Boom Esports were actually scrambling away from those members of D plus Kia and straight into the direction of the Vikings. From the pan to the fire and the
Shopee Pay. Ayo download aplikasi Shopee Pay. Ayo download aplikasi Shopee Pay. Transfer gratis ke bank mana aja. Download sekarang aplikasi Shopee Pay.
Shopee lebih hemat, Shopee lebih cepat, lebih hemat, lebih cepat di Shopee TV. Shopee lebih hemat, garansi harga terbaik. Shopee lebih cepat, besok pasti.
Lebih hemat, lebih cepat di Shopee.
we'll have to see about that. Maybe in the future, maybe in the far future. No idea yet. But what I do know is a lot of these teams, they do have the tickets to Saudi Arabia where they'll be battling in Riyadh in a couple of weeks from now. Speaking of battling, we have Naki right underneath the bridge, caught out by the rest of APG. Tough position for the members of Four Tribes trying to lock them out of the bridge. And it seems like Alpha, they got the best out of this situation.
Yeah, these three teams have the ticket to Saudi for themselves. APG, of course, one of the heavy hitters in this game. But looks like Alter Ego, one of the expected heavy hitters, just got eliminated, no points in this round. Alpha Gaming. You know, that one time when they announced, oh, APG is coming to PUBG Mobile Esports, my first thought was like, oh, Uncle PUBG is coming back. Then it's good. Then it was